primary dispatch.
It's never a matter of if for Stephanie Gilmore.
EMS 11 around.
Just when the call will come in.
66-year-old male, not breathing well.
2 decades as an EMT in Orange County, North Carolina.
You know you need to go to the hospital, right?
Covering an area the size of Los Angeles.
All right, let's roll.
Gilmore and her crews are logging hundreds of miles on their ambulances each day.
All right, buddy, let us help you, okay?
Lately, though, they've been sounding their own kind of alarm about aging, often unreliable ambulances.
The older the ambulance gets, the more small problems it creates.
Orange County has 16 ambulances. Half are in need of replacement. They're breaking down more often. Meeting crews are spending hours each month transferring their equipment from one vehicle to the next.
Higher mileage, the older the vehicle, the more times they have to go in for routine maintenance, and our crews take the trucks to the shop to do routine maintenance. It takes about an hour to switch from one truck to the other.
Oh. So you're using ambulances right now that you really don't want to be
Absolutely.
using?
Yeah, we have 2 of those in our fleet right now that we have them as reserves, last resort type of situations.
As the Director of Emergency Services for Orange County, Kirby Saunders has the money he needs to buy new ambulances. But like cities and towns across the country, he's been told it could be 2 years before a new ambulance hits the road here.
So just like a normal you and I, we may outgrow our vehicles over a period of 5 or 10 years. Specifically, how that impacts EMS, that leads to reduced reliability.
When you have reduced reliability as a EMS driver or personnel, what does that translate to?
That may mean that the ambulance may not start when it's dispatched to a call.
The problem has to do with truck chassis, essentially the skeletal frame ambulances are constructed on top of. A nearly year-long SCRIPPS News investigation has discovered a severe shortage in ambulance chassis is leaving communities nationwide like Orange County waiting years for these vital first response vehicles. We first told you last year about how when the pandemic started, automakers like Ford and GM started using those chassis and other components for vehicles like pickup trucks, which is more lucrative, instead of prioritizing giving those chassis to companies that build ambulances.
I think there could have been certainly much greater support from a federal government level to ensure the prioritization of critical public safety resources in the community.
150 Franklin Street.
After SCRIPPS News first revealed the alarming scope of the problem, members of Congress started taking notice.
Do you ever have an ambulance break down on you?
No.
No. Did you ever worry about an ambulance breaking down on you?
Chose not to think about it.
Because why?
It wouldn't be a good situation.
Glenn Thompson is a Republican House representative from Pennsylvania and retired EMT. He serves on the Congressional EMS Caucus and was alarmed by our initial investigation.
When these folks are running ambulances long past when they are supposed to be on the road, what becomes the danger?
Well, the danger, a number of things, obviously. They're not state-of-the-art. They don't have perhaps all the equipment, all the bells and whistles to be able to improve the life-saving care that could be provided. This is about being able to respond to the needs of our neighbors.
We pressed Representative Thompson for answers on why Congress hasn't taken action to fix the problem, part of which includes chip shortages. Chips are used to power almost everything in your car. But he told us he does not believe it's lawmakers' job to force automakers to prioritize public safety over consumer pickup trucks.
It's pretty tough to tie the hands of manufacturers and dictate that, that you got to sell more to this type of vehicle than that type of vehicle.
Auto manufacturers are prioritizing giving chips and chassis to consumer vehicles instead of ambulatory companies. And your thoughts on that are what?
My thoughts are that the solution there is we should facilitate the increased production of chips domestically.
As ambulance manufacturers continue to wait on automakers for the parts they need, the shortage of ambulances only continues to get more dire for American communities. Our SCRIPPS News investigation pulled numbers from the National Emergency Medical Services Information System, a DOT database containing details of nearly every ambulance activation in the United States. We found that in 2021, there were a reported 13,540 mechanical failures that prevented ambulances from responding. In 2022, that number was 14,905, a nearly 10% increase. SCRIPPS News and our SCRIPPS News stations across the country have also discovered some ambulances are on the road with 400,000, 500,000, even 672,000 miles on them.
Is there any scenario where this starts to become, a life or death situation for some municipalities, some counties?
Oh, certainly, I can see that.
Kirby Saunders currently has 8 ambulances with more than 150,000 miles on them. In June, that number will be 10, or 66% of this county's fleet. Increased breakdowns and maintenance repairs aren't just impacting patient safety.
I have no doubts that it decreases morale and confidence.
All of it has left EMTs like Stephanie Gilmore wondering if the ambulance she needs will work.
281 en route 1246.
The next call comes in.
EMS 11's on scene staging.
If you were able to just replace every ambulance that needs to be replaced right now.
That would be incredible.
Chris Conti, SCRIPPS News, Orange County, North Carolina.